Hello, today we are meeting up again with architect Tom Gresford. We met with him a couple of weeks ago to basically go through our ideas and our plans and what we hope to do at Graven Hill and all of our options. And so he's basically had a couple of weeks just to mull that over, and hopefully today when we see him we'll be having a look at some ideas he's had and some thoughts on what we can do. Obviously this is the next stage for us in terms of putting our application together for Graven Hill. We need to submit at least some idea of what we're going to build. So this isn't by any means a final design or anything, it's just to get some concept ideas down on paper so we can include those with our application. So yeah, it's pretty exciting really, because this is probably the first time that we're actually seriously looking at some design ideas. Obviously we have no idea really what the situation is at Graven Hill, so it's not like we have a plot, but we're just trying to be ready for when that application process begins, which according to what Graven Hill said earlier this year will be in May, which is only a couple of weeks from where we are now. So yeah, we'll get some ideas. We've been working on putting our application details together, so putting the budget details together and which plots we're interested in. So hopefully at some point soon we'll be able to vlog about that and show you why we've gone for the plots that we have and how we put our budget together. So yeah, it should be interesting this afternoon. We'll see how we get on. So we just had a meeting with Tom, and we've got some drawings, and I won't show you yet because it kind of gives away some of the exciting ideas, which is a bit too early at this stage. But I think as a concept, what Tom has shown us is pretty exciting. I think it's definitely in line with the sort of thing that we want. Yeah, because we don't necessarily know exactly what we want, but I think this has sort of helped to guide us. We need to have some boundaries soon so that we can actually start thinking about the details. I think this sort of gives us the overall concept that we're looking for. But I mean, Tom hasn't had that long to look at it either, so a lot of the details will obviously need a lot of work, but as a concept I think it's there. And we were talking about the construction method, and Tom's quite keen, and we're definitely quite keen on cross-laminated timber, which ticks all the boxes from passive house, sustainability point of view, and speed and accuracy of construction. The one downside is probably that there's more upfront cost. So overall it might not be more expensive than any other method, but because the bulk of the work is done at the very beginning of the project, you obviously have to make sure you've got the cash at the right time, which may still be an issue, but we are hopeful that won't be the case. And also it gives you options later on to leave the surfaces unfinished, because the timber in itself is acceptable as an internal finish, for example. And potentially that would be then clad with timber on the outside, timber panels, timber planks, not really the right word, but you get the idea. And obviously it will be super insulated, and the CLT itself lends itself very well to an airtight design. It is the airtight barrier. So I suppose one of the other small downsides is that you have to make sure you've thought about everything up front, because you can't just knock a bit of wall down and rebuild it or whatever. But we're okay with that. We're design engineers. We like to design things and then make them. So yeah, it's good. I think we've basically just got to take in the ideas now, maybe have a little think of our own about the internal layout and what's sort of more important or most important to us, and Then Tom will go away and speak to Mike, who works on the project management side of things, to have a think about costing and that sort of thing. So that hopefully when the plot details are released, we're in a position to submit our proposal of a design concept, back it up with some costing analysis and our budget analysis. And yeah, tick all the boxes from a Graven Hill point of view, so that hopefully they'll give us the plot. And we won't lose the plot, which we may still do. Yeah, so fingers crossed they won't raise the prices. Fingers crossed this won't come in as being ridiculously expensive, and fingers crossed we can afford it all. So next stage is going to be, I think, just talking to Tom and Mike again once they've had a bit more time to look at the costing, and then hopefully by the time we do all that, Graven Hill will be ready to release some plot details. So yeah, it's getting exciting.